evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share some ideas with you. Firstly, just to say to you that our participation in Gauteng province in this is crucial. It's crucial because we constitute 36% of South Africa's economy. If we put brakes on this economy, it means we are putting brakes on the South African economy. If we harness those opportunities that Africa is presenting and position ourselves well as an economy, we can, when Africa rises, we can rise with Africa. We live in a democracy now. We have succeeded in building a lot of democratic institutions. That's political liberation. But the structural problem of the South African economy, that's the old, that principally black people are still a minuscule as key players in the South African economy. They are principally left outside the mainstream of our economy. Women and youth feel the harshest of this. Every sector of our economy is dominated by 2-3 big players, and they are principally white. It's still a racialized monopoly. On the skills level, our economy is principally dominated by unskilled and semi-skilled labor, rather than the shift to a more skilled labor force. The interventions of the past 20 years have largely been quantitative, but on the qualitative side, we still have to turn around the corner. The other structure of our economy is that the small, micro and medium enterprises, which are key drivers of growth anywhere in the world, they are a very small part of our economy. We need major conversations like this one tonight. We need partnerships, we need to marshal the entire society around specific interventions. What we need more is the first and foremost decisive leadership, what you call visionary leadership. Decisive leadership means to face up to the challenge even when there's opposition to it, if we believe that's the right course. If you're going to be half-hearted, that we need to break the back of monopolies in every sector through policy instruments and a whole set of others, and then we continue to have monopolies and cartels, and we get scared when they stand up to it, then there is a fundamental problem. Open quote, in our country, more than in any other part of the oppressed world, it is inconceivable for liberation to have meaning without a return of the wealth of the land to the people as a whole. Which means we have to embark on extraordinary measures. We're not adequately using our state-owned enterprises. Firstly, to solve the skills problem. The skills problem can be solved by taking more young people to schools and universities. That's the educational problem. Using state-owned enterprises to deal with multiple challenges we have is one important thing about radical economic transformation. So we need critical interventions to boost the number of industrialists. And that needs money. It means the state must set aside, as it was just announced now, we have to set aside resources to boost this development of industrialists, black industrialists. So in other words, investment in skills development helps us to pick up amongst the professionals who are those who may be more inclined to be business people. And so we have to build the necessary momentum in sectors where the state already dominates. We need to see more black participation in those sectors. And I also want to conclude by saying that I don't believe it will be negotiated. And I don't believe those who are monopolists will simply be convinced. So we need decisive policy action, but to use all the levers of the state. And yet we need private sector partnership. Thank you very much.